Good morning everybody, welcome to another Future of Crowdrender project update. So this video is going to be in two parts. First part I'll give you an update on the project, second part I'll give you a tour of Crowdrender HQ as it were, and show you how we set up things, show you how we test things, might provide a bit of inspiration for you guys as to how you want to set up your render farm. But before I get started, I just want to ask all of you who've subscribed and watch these videos regularly, do us a favour. About 10% of you guys make it all the way to the end of the video. So if you feel like tuning out and stopping play and going and watching something else, if you could just leave a comment below in this video with the timestamp and maybe a little bit about why you felt you didn't want to watch it anymore, that'll really help us make better videos and produce relevant content and stuff. Alright, let's update you on how the funding project's going. So we're just a little bit under halfway. And thinking about this, we really started in earnest, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it would be awesome if in another 3 or 4 weeks we've made the whole total, but I'm getting the feeling that things are starting to slow down a bit. So we're doing a couple of things about that. One, we're gonna start advertising a little bit more broadly. And by advertising, I mean like posting around on sites like Blender Nation and things like that, talking to them to making sure they're cool with that. It's always a good idea to ask, you know, never assume. So we're having a chat with them. There's some other things pretty cool that are going to happen, but I really want to give you guys sort of transparency and just, I suppose, let you in on what's going to happen if we roll up to the end of January, which is the deadline for this campaign, and we haven't met our target. I'm pretty hopeful we will, but just in case we haven't, we've decided, okay, so scenario, if we get to the end of January and it turns out we haven't made the target, everyone who's donated doesn't need to worry, because everything's going to stay online. With the little that we have, we can at least support, you know, the 50 or so users who have donated, so that's no problem. What we will do though is we're going to basically remove the ability to download the software and use the systems for any new users, and just restrict that, just because we can't keep, it's just basically conserve costs. Every new user that uses the system without paying costs us, so if new users keep piling onto the system, then it's just going to overwhelm us. So unfortunate that we might have to do that, but it's not set in stone, and if we make the target we won't do that. So if that does happen, what we're going to do is what we'll do is probably set a new target to make the software available again. So you can think of it kind of like so many new subscribers to unlock putting the old software back online. This is the old software too, not talking about the new one we're building. The new one that we're building will stay in a closed alpha for members only until such point as we feel we've got a system that we can open up to everyone for free without it breaking the bank. Yeah, it just is what it is, guys. I don't know if this is a turn off for you all, but it's just a reality for us. To keep on doling out the software for nothing is pretty hard. Blender manages to do it, I think, because they've got like 1 million users and they've got almost 100k coming in from just their development fund alone, whereas we've got $340 a month coming in, which is awesome. Like, yeah, I should give a shout out to all the people who've donated, because it's amazing. But at the same time, it's not enough to support 10,000 people, 10,000 user accounts, which is what we've got now. So the second thing we're going to do as well is we're actually going to raise the level of all the tiers a little bit. It's not going to be a huge amount. We haven't decided on what the final numbers will be, but you'll find out in about a week's time when we do that. That's just because we realize we probably set the lifesaver a little bit too low, and also we want to include some new perks, and in order to do that in a sensible way, we've got to create either a new tier, which would make probably too many tiers, or we're going to raise all of the tiers, including the last one, the largest one, $50, in order to accommodate this new perk. So having said all that, we are really appreciating your help. Like, thanks so much, guys, and really encourage you, if you're watching this and you haven't yet joined the lifesavers or donated at any of the other tiers, Get online, jump on the campaign page, always, there will be a link in the description there, and check them out. Okay, and next up will be Crowdrender HQ, where we'll give you a little bit of a lowdown on how we do things hardware-wise. So stay tuned, stick around for that, and I'll catch you in a little bit. I've got to walk the rest of the way to Jeremy's house now, so it's going to take me a little bit. So hey guys, welcome to Crowdrender HQ. So let's have a bit of a look around. I'll give you a little tour. It's a short one because this place isn't all that big. So Jeremy's sitting over here. Say hi, Jez. Hello. Awesome. So the way that we set things up is that we've got a wireless router sitting over there, but it also has Ethernet ports. We've got one workstation, which is Jeremy's machine. You can see an Ethernet cable snaking out of it. We typically do things wired because you get a bit better performance with wired. We've got one HP server that we bought secondhand, again on Ethernet, and that's pretty much it. I usually set up just a laptop and connect through the wireless router, and using that I can connect to both of these computers and do rendering. Really, it's that simple. That's all you need. You just need machines and a router and you're ready to go. So that's how our system sets up. Obviously we want to test all of the operating systems, so this one is a Windows box, this runs Ubuntu on a virtual machine, and obviously that's an Apple laptop. So we're working on something a little bit new because we thought 2020, a few guys might actually be working on either building your own render farm for the first time, or you might be interested in upgrading the current one that you have. So we thought we'd put together some data which might help you. Just stuff about price versus performance for different CPUs and GPUs, and just generally how much it costs to construct a render farm of any number of computers. So if you check the link in the description of this video, you'll find a link to an article we wrote which has just a very short analysis on how cost scales with the number of computers you add into your render farm, a few considerations around price, and also we have manipulated some data from the Open Data project from Blender so that you've got actual performance data from Blender itself. Yeah, there are other benchmark softwares out there for sure that you can go compare this against, and we will actually put some of those results alongside our data in the article so you can check it out. But really recommend you go and check that stuff out. It's really going to help demystify the whole hardware side of what kit should I buy, which CPUs are good for Blender, because we'll actually have performance data from Blender behind those numbers. So hopefully that's going to give you guys a little bit of inspiration and hopefully some good information to go out there and purchase some kit, which is awesome. I mean, we love gear as well, so yeah, get amongst it. That's pretty much all for today, guys. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, recommend you do that. If you want to check out our crowdfunding page and get amongst all of the cool perks that we've got and just help keep this project open for the general community, then recommend you check out that link in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one. Catch ya.